Can you give more examples on the difference of acceptance and just having regular patience? Like, the only one I could think of is when the Prophet ﷺ and Ibrahim passed away. But other than that, unless the Prophet ﷺ, like, more,
You're talking about acceptance.
yeah, the different, like, just more examples between regular patience and acceptance.
Give an example.
The difference between acceptance and regular patience, it is, certainly that there are very lot of degrees of acceptance. Some of this acceptance may not even be demanded of us, such as with the acceptance of Abdullah ibn Umar when his son died and he was laughing. And he said, how could you be laughing on the day when your son died? And he had shown before distress over the sickness of his son. He told them that that distress was out of mercy for his son because he's suffering. And then when Allah decreed for him to die, قَدْ أَحَبَّ اللَّهُ أَمْرًا فَأَحْبَبْتُ أَنْ أُحِبَّ مَا أَحَبَّ اللَّهُ. Allah loved a certain, or liked something, so I liked to like what he liked. I liked to like what he liked. So Allah liked to take his son back. So he showed acceptance of that, and he liked the decree of Allah. The loss of a son is certainly the greatest affliction that someone could endure in the dunya, of the dunya afflictions. But he showed that acceptance and contentment with that decree to show that he likes whatever Allah likes. Now, how come he did this when the Prophet ﷺ wept over the death of Ibrahim? So the scholars have different ways of reflecting on this. But one of the most beautiful explanations is Ibn al-Qayyim's explanation that you have two different stations or maqam al-rida or maqam al-rahma. You have two different qualities that you want to exhibit as a human being, or two different stations that you want to hold on during a time like this. Then the station of rida, acceptance, contentment with Allah's decrees, and the station of rahmah, or showing mercy. So he said that the Prophet was perfectly able to manage both at the same time. Abdullah ibn Umar was not. So he chose the maqam of acceptance because he was not able to basically straddle the two maqamat, or the two stations at the same time. So he chose to just show acceptance. So the maqam al-rida, the acceptance, was shown by the Prophet ﷺ when he said, وَلَا نَقُولُ إِلَّا مَا يَرْضَى رَبُّنَا, and we don't say except that which is pleasing to our Lord. He said that. إِنَّ الْعَيْنَ لَتَدْمَعُ وَإِنَّ الْقَلْبَ لَتَحْزَنُ وَإِنَّا لِفُرَاقِكَ يَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ لَمَحْزُونُونَ وَلَا نَقُولُ إِلَّا مَا يَرْضَى رَبُّنَا. That the eye weeps and the heart is saddened, and we are certainly grieved over your departure, O Ibrahim, and we say not except what is pleasing to our Lord. So he was able to manage the two maqamat, to show mercy for his son, and love and affection, and at the same time show acceptance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when the same situation was presented to Abdullah ibn Umar, he was not able to perfectly master them like the Prophet did, so he chose to, excel in one maqam, which is the show of acceptance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Basically, your show of acceptance is when you not only endure the decree, but also make the best out of the decree. It is to turn that affliction into an opportunity for you to gain the pleasure of Allah and the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by showing Allah that you are content with His decree, and then you make dua for the relief of the distress, which is not counter to acceptance, by the way. Acceptance does not mean that you don't make dua for the relief of distress, that you don't try to get this matter resolved, this problem that you encounter, to try to get it resolved. That's not against acceptance, absolutely not. Because Yunus made dua to get out of the belly of the whale. Ayub made dua to be cured. The Prophet ﷺ made dua and he complained to Allah, وَلَكِنَّ عَافِيَتَكَ أَوْسَعُ لِي إِنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ بِكَ عَلَيَّ غَضَبٌ فَلَا أُبَالِي, when he left the Ta'if and when he was basically mistreated by the people of Ta'if, and then he came out and he said, Allahumma inni ashku ilayka ضعف قوتي وقلة حيلتي وهواني على الناس. And then at the end he said, oh Allah, I complain to you my weakness, my powerlessness, and my the people's disregard for me. And then he said, إِنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ بِكَ عَلَيَّ غَضَبٌ فَلَا أُبَالِي, if you're not angry with me, then I don't care. وَلَكِنَّ عَافِيَتَكَ أَوْسَعُ لِي. This was the most polite way of asking Allah to relieve his distress. He's just telling him, I could take more of this, as much of this as you want. I take as much of this suffering as you like. If you're not angry with me, I could take it. إِنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ بِكَ عَلَيَّ غَضَبٌ فَلَا أُبَالِي. If you're not angry with me, then I don't care of the affliction. More of this is fine. But the Prophet, in the most beautiful way, said to Allah, وَلَكِنَّ عَافِيَتَكَ أَوْسَعُ لِي, but your afiyah is أوسع لي is very difficult to translate. It is more beloved to me, but it means more than this. It's better for me. It's better for me in all regards. Afiyah means what? Afiyah is basically protection from all afflictions. It is basically to be spared of all afflictions. That is afiyah. So the afiyah fil badan is good health. The afiyah in the mind is tranquility, contentment, and peace of mind. The afiyah in your property is prosperity and to not lose. That's afiyah. وَلَكِنَّ عَافِيَتَكَ أَوْسَعُ لِي. So the Prophet said to Allah, if you're not angry with me, I'm fine. I could take it, more of this. But your afiyah is better for me. So to basically complain and to Allah and request that it gets removed, this affliction gets removed, is not counter to rida. But rida is like to show, as the Prophet ﷺ said, إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ بِكَ فَعَلَيَّ غَضَبٌ فَلَا أُبَالِي. If you're not angry with me, I don't care. I am accepting your decrees as long as you're not angry with me.